our tale of the tape for this lightweight fight. The two newcomers about to battle. The American is 26. 26 and 27. There you see a slight reach advantage for John Cholish. Here is Bruce Buffer.
And when the action begins, our referee in charge, John McCarthy.
Big John McCarthy, our referee, here tonight in Toronto. The beautiful Ariani. Shondella and Brittany is back. Here for UFC 140.
Let's get it.
And here we go. White trunks for John Cholish. White and red trunks for Mitch Clarke.
Establish the jab in the fake, John Cholish. Using your footwork, leading.
Very interesting in these matchups of newcomers to see who starts out more aggressively.
And Cholish shot, but it was stuffed by Mitch Clarke.
Very similar skill sets, a very even matchup.
Now he's
Looking
got
for
a
the
single. Nope, stuffed again. Guillotine attempt, standing guillotine on a nice knee. Very nicely done by Mitch Clarke.
Looking to establish the jab is Clarke.
Go through your footwork pattern.
Same with Cholish.
Using distance, using footwork. Distance, footwork.
Oh,
Good
nice.
uppercut.
Yep, and he had the back of the head too,
Yep.
Joe. A little extra force on that.
Yeah, so far Clarke. Oh, very
Nice
nicely
kick.
done.
Nice finger level, John Cholish.
And I like how he stepped into it as well. Looking for the inside leg kick.
10 step away from that fence.
When Clarke threw that inside leg kick a moment ago, Cholish really bent over. He almost got rocked with a hook.
Faking. Keep those hands moving, John Cholish.
See how he changes his levels there?
More on the jab, more on the jab.
Mitch seems a bit more comfortable standing up, Mike. Cholish several times has tried to take this fight to the ground. I think that is where he'd be more comfortable.
Right behind the jab in the face, John Cholish. Good.
Nice overhand right there.
Faking,
Just over 90 seconds into this fight, scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. They collide. And right back up.
And Mitch has got his back. Got him down. Can he hold on to him? Hand control by Cholish, and he can't establish it. Mitch Clarke. Mitch let go of his hands, and it connected him again. Cholish didn't spin out of there in time.
Really?
Rolling for a knee bar.
Wow.
Very nicely done.
How
and he
good
turned
was
into
that?
side control. Oh, wow. He made a mistake there. It went right into his guard.
That was a spectacular transition.
Yeah, it
And a
looked
good
like-
recovery.
Well, it looked like he was going to wind up in the half guard,
Yeah.
and unfortunately went into full guard. But Cholish, though, is on top, and I'm sure he'll be much more comfortable in this position.
4 of his wins by submission, 2 by knockout.
They stepped over, but Clarke adjusted. Mitch is again trying for a guillotine. Obviously, he's very comfortable with that choke. He's reaching up, sitting up. Cholish is defending well, though. Mitch up back to his feet, but Cholish dragged him right back down to the ground again. Cholish, obviously being a wrestler, is much more comfortable in this position.
Cholish with an elbow. Able to posture up just a bit and throw that elbow on Mitch Clarke. But it took a very interesting and creative transition to even get to guard. But top position is, as you said, what he wants.
Yeah, Mitch was rolling there for an armbar, and Cholish respected that and got out of that position. But he may let Mitch up. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I did not expect that. I thought he would stay with him there.
Both men are purple belts in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Joe. Under Renzo Gracie for Cholish.
Mitch is starting to slow down, Mike.
Big time.
Yeah, and that could be the adrenaline of this big experience. You know, as we talked about, the pressure of having all of his fans and family members here, and Cholish just uncorked one on him.
He's the Canadian. That and the fact that Cholish just spent a little over a minute on top of him.
Yeah.
And smothering him and trying to get some ground and pound together. 1 minute on the clock here in the first round. Changing stances just for a moment is Cholish. Cholish appears to be much looser and more comfortable now. Clarke's punches are short and heavy. Good jab. 30 seconds. Again, he connects with the jab.
Yeah, Clarke's punches are coming much, much slower than they were just a few minutes ago.
Well, certainly Cholish has found his rhythm here in the latter part of this first round.
Well, Cholish unquestionably seems to be the better conditioned fighter, at least at this stage of the fight. He's maintaining the same pace that he had in the very beginning of the round.
Round 1 in the books.
Contact came out. You all right with that? All right, baby.
And there's a stepping in jab by Cholish, and there's another straight jab. And here's this beautiful knee bar attempt. Look how he jumps under, dropped down under, and went for a knee bar attempt, but then turned. And see, this is where he made a mistake. He stepped into guard. He was already in half guard, and he could have stepped the other way and sat back with his back to Mitch Clarke's face, and he would have been able to possibly get out of that position and maybe get into a dominant spot.
Later in the round, he's coming on too hard. Change levels, look for the chin. Joe?
He's getting lazy with his jab. Come over the head, okay? And also leg kick.
And hear how calm John Danaher is in the corner of John Cholish.
Yes.
And that's a big, big advantage. You know, sometimes fighters need to hear just calm, reasonable direction, and that is what Danaher does best.
That's what Greg Jackson does.
Absolutely. And John Hackelman is also excellent at that.
Second round. Nice right hand by Cholish.
He's much more comfortable on his feet. You can really tell that he feels the momentum of this fight is moving in his direction.
And it is. Cholish threw a lot more strikes in the first round than Mitch Clarke. Clarke trying to change the momentum a little bit. Looking to find his range with the jab. Nice kick, caught the leg though. You just kind of see the breathing pattern right now, Joe. Mitch Clarke looks like there's a bit of an adrenaline dump he's dealing with.
Unquestionably. I mean, he's gutting through it here, but his mouth is wide open and his punches are much slower. I mean, he looked spectacular in the first couple of minutes.
Yep.
Good right hand by Cholish.
Inside leg kick, the answer from Clarke.
Clarke's almost stuffed it for a second. Let's see if Cholish has the body lock on him, though.
Cholish, winner of 7 straight, 7-1 overall. Mitch Clarke, 9-0.
Good knees there by Clarke.
In his MMA career. Won a couple of titles here in Canada, the Saskatchewan native.
Another big, deep breath by Clarke here.
He's working hard to try to get his rhythm back, but Cholish still seems the fresher fighter.
Good right hand by Cholish.
Both men connecting with their kicks with great accuracy here in round 2. And another one. Just about to the midway point of this lightweight matchup between the two newcomers, John Cholish and Mitch Clarke. Right hand connects.
Again with the right, very awkward right hand, but it's landing. It doesn't have a tremendous amount of power behind it, but it is landing.
Kind of leans to a different angle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very awkward the way he's throwing it. It's sort of just kind of touching him. It's not really blasting him, you know.
Trying to get the accumulation of some damage. He switched his stance just for a second there.
Well, you know, you catch a guy right, doesn't need to have a whole lot of power behind it. Oh, that was a nice one.
Could have been it.
And that was a good one. That had, tell you what, Mitch can take a shot.
That was probably the best punch of the fight.
Yeah, you see Mitch Clarke's punches are coming up a bit short, and that is unquestionably a fatigue factor, and a nice takedown by Cholish.
Watch the neck. Clarke trying to work on it, and he's free.
Well, when you're tired, a guillotine is one of the worst techniques to pull off because it requires some physical strength. Guillotines and Kimuras you very rarely see from a tired fighter. They're two, what you would call, strength-dependent moves. Cholish with a nice elbow on top. And Mitch looked for a moment there that he was trying to establish some rubber guard, but it doesn't look like he's that flexible. And also the pressure of Cholish on top of him here. He's rolling his hips again. Cholish, excellent job by Cholish recognizing it, but look, Mitch uses this opportunity to stand up and takes Cholish down. Oh, look at this. What a scramble, and Cholish gets his back. What a scramble that was.
That is a beautiful transition from the scrambled to a dominant position in which he may be able to stop this fight.
And it happened in like a second.
He may be able to end it right here.
And John McCarthy's looking very closely at him.
He's got his back, and he's got some serious ground and pound coming.
Mitch is trying to get out of it, but now he's flattened and he's bleeding. This could be the end.
Cholish looking to finish, and there it is. Hit is all over.
Excellent job by John Cholish. Wow, I want to see that transition again.
Unbelievable, right?
It was brilliant. A brilliant transition.
I know. You got hit with that one good shot. It's all right, man. Okay.
The scramble, he ends up taking his back, Joe, and finishing the fight.
Yeah, let's see that again because it was so fast. I mean, literally in slow motion, we'll be able to see what happens. Look here, you see Cholish goes for a Kimura, and Brown, look at that. Clarke's on top with a scramble, and Cholish winds up using his superior positioning to take the back. Let's see that one more time because that was just amazing work there. And here's the finish, the ground and pound. A few of them snuck in. It was enough for Big John McCarthy, and also realized that Mitch was not intelligently defending himself. So look, he hits this Kimura, leg in between the two legs, uses it to take him down, but Mitch winds up on top of him, but only for a brief second, and then Cholish holds onto the arm, rolls him over, and then mounts him here. But Mitch turns his back, and gives up his back, rather, and Cholish is on top of him, and that all happened in like 1 second.
Nice finish for John Cholish. Here is Bruce Buffer with the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee John McCarthy's called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes, 36 seconds of the second round. Declaring the winner by TKO, John Cholish.
Winner by TKO late in round 2. Here's Joe.
All right, I'm here with the winner, John Cholish, in his UFC debut. First of all, congratulations on your victory. And second of all, that was a pretty amazing scramble there when you hit that Kimura and then wound up on top. Talk us through that. Let's look at it on the screen.
Mitch is a great wrestler and a great opponent, and I was very lucky to fight him. He had a good single leg. I was able to attack the Kimura. Tried to go for an armbar, but again, a great scrambler, and fortunately ended up on top. But I want to say thank you to Mitch Clarke and all the Canadian fans.
A pretty amazing transition from here, from him being on the top of you for a brief second to you mounting him and then getting his back mount. That all happened in like 2 seconds.
It's just stuff we practice in the gym. Team Henzo Gracie, my coaches John Danaher, Joe Samperi, and Eric Owings. Just glad I was able to come out here and perform.
Congratulations on a successful and exciting debut. We look forward to seeing you again. John Cholish, ladies and gentlemen.